Good morning and welcome to the daily weather operations brief. This morning, seeing some dense fog having pushed further westwards and since clearing out of the local area, expecting that fog to be in and out patchy at times with periods of reduced visibilities similar to what we saw a few hours ago earlier this morning. For today, our winds do look to remain light to modest with gusts into the mid-teens, along with some slightly cooler temperatures out of the northeast. And for tonight in those overnight hours, a very slight chance of seeing a few passing sprinkles come this evening. Overall, we should see periods of broken sunshine as we move through the day today and as that fog is continuing to dissipate. Now, looking at this morning's surface analysis here, we can see that the boundary of which has been in the local vicinity over the past few days has since pushed further southwards overnight and is going to continue to do such throughout the day today. As a result, we are going to see some of that cooler air from the north continue to filter into the region and bring us just below our average for temperatures around this time of the year. As we move into the late evening and early morning time frames of tomorrow, we can expect to see yet another morning with some dense to patchy fog at times as that moist air mass is going to continue to linger and it will interact with those cooler temperatures from the north until we see that boundary shift northwards once again. Looking at our current observations out on the field, we do have an broken to overcast layer at 500 feet, starting to see some sun break through. Do have unrestricted visibility at this time, which has just recently increased from restricted levels. Winds are out of the northeast at about 14 knots, not really gusting much, and temperatures around 43 degrees and a relative humidity of 96%. And looking at this morning's satellite imagery, we can see some mid to upper level clouds streaming in overhead, and we can see that low level cloud cover in the form of fog pushing off of the immediate coast, which is helping us to get those improved visibilities. Again, possibility of seeing that cloud cover kind of battle back and forth throughout the early portion of the day before we should see a generalized clearing effect come this afternoon. And for our model run displayed here, this is the HER, a high-resolution model running on a 24-hour loop, and we can see that we are modeled to remain dry for a majority of the period. In those overnight hours, do see a few scattered showers moving through, primarily off to the west and off to the north by Salisbury. Not expecting those to make any real impact here, and at the very most, maybe seeing a shower move through the area, a light shower at that. For the 24-hour forecast ahead, seeing that early morning fog, expecting that to continue bounce back and forth, seeing some clearing later in the afternoon, and we'll expect broken conditions for a majority of the forecast period ahead. Once we move into the evening hours, seeing the chance of those ceilings start lowering again and some fog building in the overnight and early morning hours, reducing those visibilities. For our rain chances, only seeing a very slight chance of those passing showers off to the north in the early morning and late evening hours of the 24 hours ahead. And our winds do look to remain modest, gusting slightly high here early, but looking to decrease into the teens and on a progressive downwards trend until tomorrow when winds turns out of the southeast and look to remain light at that time. And for our temperatures, going to have those winds blowing air off of the cool ocean, looking to keep those temperatures in the mid to upper 40s this afternoon. And of course, that cloud cover will have some influence on just how high or low we see our daily highs come this afternoon. But in the overnight hours, expecting to see lows in and around 40. For the short-term forecast, looking at Saturday, anticipating to see some morning fog lingering and the skies turning partly cloudy as we move through the day, and a high around 60. For Saturday night, partly to mostly cloudy and a low around 52. Could see some lingering low-level clouds, some low-level clouds building in early. And then Sunday, partly to mostly cloudy, seeing a chance of passing showers, the slight chance of seeing a rumble of thunder, and some slightly elevated winds with a low-end chance of a wind advisory at this time, in addition to some lowered ceilings and visibilities, and a high of 65. And that is going to conclude the daily weather operations brief. Be back at 10 o'clock with the 7-day outlook. Hope everyone has a fantastic Friday, and we'll circle back shortly.